Four-star recruit Davion Adkins is down to six schools. This is a 6'4", or excuse me, 6'8" forward, top 40 in the class of 2026. 24/7 actually lists him as a center. On3 lists him as a power forward. So somewhere in between in the front court. But his final six schools that he is considering are Auburn, Rutgers, Kansas, Houston, Indiana, and UCLA. Interesting list. Bunch of good programs on here, and Rutgers. And I don't really know what to make of it, Cart. Can we talk about Davion Atkins? What do you think of his game?
Yeah, look, I think that Atkins has the t I'm trying to think how I want to exactly put this. I like Atkins. I think he's a guy that can really score the ball, right? I think that's very evident, and I think that he's probably gonna. You think it's fair to say he's gonna be in one of those roles where no matter what the outlook of the team looks like or what it looks like, he's gonna find his way because he's able to score the ball.
In theory, yeah. I think the scoring is going to translate for sure.
Right. So like I see the scoring translating. I just don't know like what that scoring leads to, if that makes sense. And maybe that's dependent on where he goes. But I do think that I've seen a lot of, Indiana people on my timeline very excited about the possibility of getting Atkins into the fold, possibly being part of that recruiting class that kind of gets DeVries off the ground, I guess. Um, but I don't know. I think that I like his game. I think there's a lot of things that, you know, I think will translate to the next level is what I like to say. And sometimes you don't see things that guys can translate to the next level. You see it as more of like, okay, yeah, that's working now. That shit ain't flying in college.
Yeah, I
Lack of a better term, I think that shit flies in college.
for sure. I feel like it's going to come down to how good he is impactful wise defense. Because at the top 100 camp, he's only 6'8", right? Like is it fair to call him an undersized big?
Yeah, I think it's probably fair to say,
At
yeah.
6'8", it feels fair. Even though he's 6'8", everyone knows that he was one of the top rim protectors they've seen live this summer. He was arguably the best rim protector. Jamie Shaw wrote that he's a supreme rim protector at 6'8". So I feel like that's sort of where it's going to start and end. Honestly, when you look at some of the schools that are on his final six here, I know Rutgers were making jokes about last year. Historically, Rutgers been an elite defense school. Peichel always puts good defenses together. Houston is the best defensive program in the country right now. Auburn's had some pretty great defenses. Kansas pretty great defenses. So I don't know. I kind of buy that he's factoring that into the equation here. His quote on Houston, by the way, was literally, "They're heavy on defense. Defense is my favorite side of the ball." So
Yeah, I mean, he has all the makings of a Houston, like 6'8", kind of big, like I think more talented than those guys, but like the Jawan Roberts-esque kind of mold. Like even JoJo Tugler is a underrated, like one of the best rim protectors. JoJo Tugler is also 6'8", right?
yeah.
Um, he's offensive rebound, defensive, rim protection, as you can kind of say, and I think other things are coming along as well. But like he does have all the makings of a Houston big, quote
Yeah.
unquote.
Today's video is sponsored by Labcorp On Demand. Car, do you take care of yourself?
I try my best to, yeah.
Like not just treat yourself to expensive meals, but like you go to the doctor and things like that?
No, I just take care of myself. There's no need to go to the doctor unless I'm not taking care of myself, right?
Are you afraid of the doctor, Cart?
Just a little bit. I mean, if nothing's wrong, why would I go there?
Listen, I'm the same way, and so are millions of men across America. But that's why LabCorp On Demand is helping millions of people like us. With their men's health test, you can get a comprehensive look at your hormone levels, your total testosterone, and you don't even have to go to the doctor. It's easy, and you get the results the next day.
Testosterone, is that a big thing?
It's a really important thing, Cart. Sometimes you can feel off without even knowing something's wrong. But LabCorp On Demand wants to keep you healthy and wants to make it as easy as possible. Right now, you can get 20% off your men's health test by visiting our sponsor at tryelco.com/sleepersmedia. It's simple, affordable, and honestly, it's empowering to know that you're healthy and have this info about your body.
Didn't know that testosterone did all those things. I'm gonna have to take the guesswork out of this and go get my health checked out today using LabCorp on demand.
I like Jawan Roberts as a potential like upside comp for him too. I don't hate that. So he talked about all six of these final six in the latest update that actually Tipton wrote this up. Shout out to Joe Tipton from On3, so go subscribe and read the full article. But there are a couple I wanted to pick out and talk to you about that intrigued me. Also worth noting, he's set up official visits to all six of these, and he's doing them all back to back to back to back to back to back to back. So that's fun. I feel like the tour of Davion Adkins is about to start in the middle of September, but only one of these schools did he name other players by name? Any guesses which one he did that for?
Named a player by name.
He gave like one paragraph of quotes on all these schools. Only one of them did he name like some guys that he feels like are good to point to for him.
Ooh. I don't know who it is. Who?
Indiana. This is his quote on Indiana.
Oh, wow.
Quote, having guys like Trace Jackson Davis, OG Anunoby, and plenty of others. They definitely have strong experience with bigs and forwards, so it would be great for my development. Card, it begs one simple question for me. Does he know that Darren DeVries and his staff had nothing to do with Trace Jackson Davis and OG Anunoby?
He does not. No.
I,
Respectfully, he does not.
I mean, did OG played for Tom Crean?
Yeah. Yeah, he
Like,
did.
I'm just, what happened here?
Yeah, he did. He truly did. But I mean, he knows what he's trying to be though. You gotta give him credit for that.
Good Lord, that quote made me do a double take. I'm going to Indiana because they developed OG Anunoby. No, they did not, Davion. He also had a quote on Rutgers that made me laugh a little bit. He said, quote, they play their freshmen if you put in the work. And I feel like I could come in and make a huge impact on both sides of the ball. Feels like he's pointing to the fact that they played Dylan Harper and Ace Bailey as a reason that he might want to go to Rutgers.
Yeah, and Davion also I think realizes he'd be the best big to touch Rutgers campus immediately when he touched the floor.
Maybe in a decade.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
that's disrespectful to Cliff, honestly. But
that's fine.
okay, all right, all right. By the way, where did Cliff play this year? Why am I drawing a blank on that?
Bama.
Yeah, he was at Bama. God, forgot all about
Exactly.
that.
I wonder why you drew blanks.
Yeah, kind of crazy. Drawing blanks something I don't normally do either.
Fertile.
So fertile. Any guesses on where Davion's going to choose?
I mean, I can't ignore Houston given his playing style, but also at the same time, some underrated things here. He's gonna be playing this year with Bruce Branch at Prolific. I know Bruce Branch. There are some crossovers of some schools that are on here. Kansas could have a good pitch. They love a good undersized center. They literally got Flory Badunga on the roster right now. Um, I don't know. I don't know if I'm leaning one way or the other. I think if I had to call it, I'll just go ahead and say Houston.
Okay. I was gonna say Houston before I heard the quote about how he wants to go to Indiana because they developed OG Anunoby. Houston wouldn't take a guy that thinks like that. So I'm gonna say he ends up at Kansas.
Kansas, I could see it.
Yeah.